IGN, OneUp.com, Game Rankings, Metacritic, GamePro, Game Informer, GameSpot. All of these sites and magazines are full of people, as we call, game reviewers. So, what does a reviewer mean to you? And how much does it influence your purchase on a game? It's me, the Elite Ace, Relive Action. You already know what it is. Now, I'm here to bring you this video to discuss video game reviewers. And of course, how much they influence your decision making on purchasing a game, or your thoughts on the title. Now, we've all know, I did the unboxing of Aliens Colonial Marines. We've all seen the reviews about it. We've all heard the talk about it. Now, of course, I don't know if a lot of you have known already, but there are articles all over the internet and videos talking about the reasons behind why Aliens Colonial Marines turned out the way it did. Now, of course, it was announced eons ago, I believe in 2008 and 2009, and I remember it was the cover story on an issue of Game Informer. So, it kept getting put on and off, pushed back, on hiatus, etc. So once it was finally an announcement that it was going to be released, everyone was just excited, especially me. You know, I'm a big Aliens fan, so I was really amped. However, you know, I didn't expect, I did not expect this title to be FPS of the year or anything like that. I just expected, to be like, yes, this is something for us Aliens fans. Anyway, so once the title came out and I seen what happened, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to investigate this. So we all know Sega was the publisher, Gearbox, they were the developers. Gearbox, the people behind Borderlands 1 and 2. So at one point, Gearbox, they outsourced Aliens Colonial Marines to Timegate Studios, the people behind Section 8 and Fear. And we all know Fear was okay. I played all the Fears. No, not the first one. I played the other two. But excuse me, Section 8, that really wasn't, that was one of those hit or miss kind of titles. People probably forgot about Section 8. Some of you have probably never even heard of Section 8. But anyway, outsource is when you give your work to another company or whatnot, so you can cut back time and cost on your main projects, aka Borderlands 1 and 2. So that's what Gearbox did. So when they came back to look at Aliens Colonial Marines, first like I said, Gearbox, they did start on it. Then, like I said, they outsourced it to Timegate Studios. They went to look at it, to do an update. And they're like, what the hell is this? And of course, all that time while they handed over to Timegate Studios, they were meeting the deadline. Sega's like, look, man, we had this game postponed for years. All right, we have to push it out. So it was just a big clusterfuck of people pointing fingers. Sega, Gearbox, Timegate, and a few other companies that were helping with it. The game was tossed around too many times. Ideas were altered, things were changed, things were just erased, all those kind of things. So they wouldn't push it out, and then it ended up with the product that we have now. But my thing is with reviews, when I first seen the review of it, I'm thinking like, I didn't expect it to get such a low review. And I also have to sit back and think, okay, a reviewer, video game reviewer, is someone who gets paid to give their opinion. That's all it is. And then certain video game websites, and magazines, they can just be very ridiculous. IGN, they, at times, man, their reviews can just be, a lot of times, I go to their reviews to look at gameplay footage, to see the comment section below and see what people are talking about. I never ever take a reviewer's score into ultimate consideration and let it affect my purchase. No, I was reading comments like, well, I'm not going to buy the game now, or no, I'm going to leave it on the shelf, or well, this game saved me some money. My thing is, maybe for me, since I'm an Aliens fan, I'm not a diehard Aliens fan, I'm a big Aliens fan. And like I said, I controlled my anticipation. Some people, like, you all can really mess up something that you've been waiting for a long time, because you put it up on this pedestal and you praise it and praise it and praise it and hype it up. Then when you finally get your hands on it, whether you watch it, whether if it's a movie you're wanting to see or a game you're wanting to play, it doesn't meet up to your expectations and you're let down. I did not do that with Aliens at all. True enough, the trailers looked good and the gameplay looked very good. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, I didn't think this was going to get FPS of the year or Game of the Year. I didn't even expect it to do that. I just expected it to be enjoyable. Now, Were there some gripes with the game? Yes, but out of all the reviews I've seen, a lot of them dodged the positive points of the matter. Of course, the very, very, very accurate detail to the sound effects, the music, the in-game customization of the weapons that I did like. In-game, just stop, pause, upgrade, and customize your weapons right there on the fly. I love how in multiplayer you can customize your Marine, whether it's male or female, upgrade them. Same thing with the Xenomorphs, upgrade and change the aliens. I like how it's still, I say it's canon, but you know, even though I did find out the understanding of why the game turned out like it did, in a sense it was like, okay, you know what, at least it wasn't exactly what I was thinking it was. And I was thinking it was this, like they just didn't care. Like they were working on it for years and did not care. But when I found out Gearbox, of course, like, oh, we gotta work on our baby, Borderlands. Here, just take these aliens and hold it down. When I found that out, I'm like, damn, if they would have never did that, it would have turned out to be such a beautiful game. But unfortunately, it's not a beautiful game. But back to the whole reviewing thing. You know, word of mouth is deadly, and you have a lot of followers and people that can be really mentally influenced. Like, I bet money. I bet, say if we all know how Aliens is now for the ones who own it. Say if they still would have given that an 8 or a 9. And then you play it and be like, damn, why does the animations look like this? Why is the AI like this? Why is the hit detection off? Like, man, but yet that reviewer gave it such a good score. I don't understand it. You know, but when a reviewer gives a score, it's like it just automatically just implants it in your head. Like, okay, they say 8.5, good. The whole game is gonna be good. Let me go out and buy it. It's like you don't be you and just take the game for what you want to look at it as. Like, for example, did that IGN review and those other reviews have me cancel my reservation and leave it on the shelf? No. I mean, this is the thing, this is what it comes down to, personal preference. Just because a game gets a high score, does that mean I'm gonna buy it? No. It doesn't. It's all about personal preference. However, you can have a personal preference of something that it could still turn out to be bad. And BG, the other YouTuber, you know, I watched like one of his first playthroughs of it, and just of the first level. And of course, he was over exaggerating on a lot of things that he was experiencing on that title. And how he said that's the worst game of this generation. I highly, highly disagree with that. I disagree with that. I mean, the 360 been out since what, 2005? Here it is, 2013. The last year of the 360. He said Aliens Colonial Marines was the worst game. From 05 to 013 this generation. Doubt it. Alright, I seriously doubt it. But, so, look at good games like Uncharted, you know, God of War. Just because, you know, you have these blockbuster hit titles, you know, they can be very good, but they can't appeal to you. You know, they might not appeal to you. I know people who say, oh yeah, Gears of War, that looks good, that looks cool, but they don't, you know, they're not into it. So I could never let a reviewer, you know, a stranger who's getting paid to give his opinion affect my judgment. Now, there are times when you do have some good reviewers where they state facts. Like if a game has edgy textures, you know, bad muddy textures and pixelated edges on the outline, and then when they're showed in the video and you see it, okay, that could be factual. But then also there are times when they over exaggerate and just stretch out the negative things to where it's like, okay, so you know, they're being nitpicky. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are nitpicky gamers, and then there are gamers who are not nitpicky. Like there are times when there are some first-person shooters when certain objects you shoot and there will not be a bullet hole in the wall. Now, in some cases, some gamers are like, that's unacceptable. Nowadays, it should be a bullet hole in every single thing. Or if they go to shoot at a monitor, it'll be a bullet hole, but it won't fall off the desk. They complain about stupid stuff like that. But, excuse me. But for the game, for the most part, I don't think Aliens deserved a 1 or a 2 out of 10 or 3. No, not that low. I would say they can at least say what, 5, 6. But that's the thing. It's all about opinion also, because this EGM gave it a 9. Yes, they gave that a 9. I mean, hey. And then you have the The people who own the game, you know, they give their thoughts on it. Some people say those are the people who you should really listen to, the people who own the game, opposed to these reviewers who only have a limited amount of time to play through. They have to rush, you know, they have to meet a deadline, and after they play it, push out their review. You know, when you have a person who owns the title, they have, but depending on their lifestyle, but 9 times out of 10 they have all the time to play. Like, I've went through it all, and I played multiplayer. But this is the thing, they also did a whole lot of updates with that title. Yes, I'm gonna put the links in the description below. They did a numerous amount of updates for the 360 version, the PlayStation 3 version, as well as the PC version. Now, this is the thing with the 360 version, 79 updates. Yes, patch update. Yes, 79. From hit detections to animations to doors not opening, shooting through walls, AI. It was just a long list. They give you the dates as well when they applied these patches. And yes, I popped it in and tested it out. Same thing with PlayStation 3. Same thing with PC. And I'm pretty sure it's now. I'm not sure if it's 79 with PS3 or PC, but I'm pretty sure overall all three over 50 update patches. That is a fact. Now, as far as the Wii U version, I remember they were saying, I read that Gearbox said that the Wii U version is the best version. Now, there was also a rumor going around from some game developers stating that the Wii U version, game tester, that the Wii U version was the worst version. And, you know, the thing about that, it was going around as a rumor. You know, there was no evidence or facts to that. But this is also the interesting thing. The Wii U version has been postponed indefinitely. Now, maybe they were like, okay, this is ridiculous. I also read a mini article where the president of Gearbox, he said he's just baffled by this and just ashamed, embarrassed, and appalled, and he's going to look into how this happened. He's the president. But anyway, maybe they're thinking like, okay, we can save this. Hopefully we can save this. We can postpone it for the Wii U and really, really fix the issue. Just put in this extra time, and what was shown at E3, etc. and whatnot, that is what they're going to get. But will it work? I don't know. Will people be willing to rebuy it? You know, probably not a lot of people. But then again, some probably would. 'Cause they're like, damn it, we want the full experience. But for me, it was a little bit of a letdown. Like I said, a little bit, not completely, because I didn't put my expectations highly up there. I did not at all. So it was like, damn. But it was still enjoyable. I went through it, co-op online. That's when it really shines, in my opinion. Co-op, playing with other people, not the AI, other people online through co-op. And I did the multiplayer modes. Those were pretty fun, playing after aliens. It seems frustrating playing after aliens because at times it can seem frustrating. Let's face it, the Marines, they have the guns, projectiles, motion tracker. Yes, with the aliens, you can see through walls and whatnot, crawl on ceilings. That can be very helpful. But for the most part, I did enjoy the game. You know, I did wish it turned out better, but I'm not going to sit here and just bash it and say like it gets a 1 or a 2. No, hell no. That is not a 1 or a 2. And let's see another thing. Say if Monster Hunter, say if they'd have been like, oh no, this is just a 3 out of 10. Oh, it's a updated port from the Wii. You know, extra monsters, weapons, etc. missions. It's not worth it. You honestly think I'd have left it on the shelf? No. You honestly think like, well, let me rent it. No. I am me, and me am I. You know, so I'm not gonna let this stranger, you know, from these companies, you know, influence my mind, pull her eyes in on me, and just let me like, well, let me not play this. No, damn that, you know. So, and some reviewers, they be so picky over the littlest things. They'd be so stupid. It'd be like, well, like, it's certain things you can't look over. Some things are unforgivable, like freaking invisible walls, damn hit detection, you know, etc., etc. And some of these reviewers, also, you have to pay attention to this. Have you ever seen, all right, for example, let's take Naruto Ninja Storm. All right, 1. No, yeah. Now, you know, there's 4 of them out. 1, 2, Generations, and 3. The first one gets a 7, done by Eric Smith. The next one gets a 5, done by, you know, Timothy Finasco, whatever. And this is what I think. It makes you think, damn, how come part 2 got a low? Part 2 seems better. Like you get part 2. Part 2 seems better. But you're thinking, like, how did they get a lower score? You got multiple reviewers reviewing these different installments, like the whole series. Like, it will be helpful if you have one person that would review each installment. Like, a Gears 1 come out, have Matthew Johnson review it. Part 2 come out, Matthew Johnson review it again, because he's more familiar with it and he'll give what he really feels about it. But it's up to you to take what he is saying with a grain of salt or take it for, you know, face value. But some of these people at these game reviewing companies, they, you know, sometimes there are these fanboys. Is no way of really knowing, because we don't know these people, but some really do. Probably say if you got these Nintendo haters or Microsoft haters or Wii or Sony haters, word of mouth is very deadly. There are millions, no, hundreds of thousands and millions of people who are on the internet every day, all day. There are hundreds of thousands of people who are part of IGN, GameSpot, who go there daily, all day, every day, arguing and whatnot. So they put out that one review. That one review is gonna just spread like a disease and spread. And you got these reviewers, they purposely, I don't know how they set it up to review a game. Say if it's a Nintendo hater, right? Say when the new Smash Brothers come out, they don't like Nintendo. They say, oh, it's stupid, it's kiddies, whatever. You know, I don't know if they get assigned to that or if they ask, like, hey, can I review this? Say if it gets assigned to them, they think like, yes, I'm about to play this and nitpick the hell out of it. To seem like an actual reviewer, they're probably gonna say 2, 3 good things about it, and then the rest, they're just gonna bash it to try to spread the negativity and the hate for that franchise or that company, etc. I believe that is the case. I believe in GameSpot, IGN, Game Informer, you do, some of these reviewers are fanboys of some of these companies. I do believe that. Or you got these PC only gamers who review it and they purposely bash these console titles. But that's my thing, elites. That's my question. Do you let these reviewers judge your decision on purchasing a title? Do you really let somebody get to your mind like that? Let me know in the comment section below. This has been another video. Thanks for watching. Elite Ace signing up.